Northeast Ohio, which has long been a showplace, so much so every weekend, several brides select the house as a place for weddings.
The house is the sixth largest historic home in the nation. It is so large, its top 2 floors were once where the servants lived. The house is in our own backyard. Leon Bibb takes us on a tour in today's My Ohio.
She savors the sight of a beautiful structure where she volunteers. A tour guide in the magnificent historic House Museum and Country Estate named Stan Hewitt. On the Akron West Side, it beckons, calling for a walk in history through a home built by internationally known industrialist F.A. Seiberling and his wife Gertrude. The house they built in the early 20th century still carries the luster of a showplace.
Stan Hewitt is an American country estate, and it's really built off the European country estate movement.
F.A. Seiberling was co-founder of Goodyear Tire and Rubber and Seiberling Rubber, both headquartered in Akron. In 1912, construction began on Stan Hewitt, Old English for stone hewn, reflecting the abundant use of stone. In 1957, after the Seiberlings' deaths, descendants donated the home to a non-profit group for preservation.
The music room was designed specifically for Gertrude Seiberling. She was a patron of the arts. She was a founding member of the Tuesday Musical Club.
Many of the world's big industrialists built such estates. Seiberling's rubber companies kept the world on wheels and Akron on the map. Touring Stan Hewitt means seeing how the Seiberlings lived.
And they were just a very laid-back, giving family, always looking out for their fellow man.
They may have been laid back, but they lived very well.
They lived very well. Gertrude knew how to throw a party.
One room is just as beautiful as the next. It's wonderful that we have this here.
Would you like to live in a place like this?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet somebody who spent time here as a child, like your age? Would you like to meet somebody who lived in this house for a while?
Yes.
Introducing Ann Davis, the woman we saw viewing the house with a nostalgic look. Understandable. She is a Seiberling grandchild. For a youthful visitor touring her grandparents' home, she shared some stories.
Christmases were magic here at Stan Hewitt, filled with all the relatives. The children put on their rendition of Dickens' Christmas Carol.
All children probably dream of romping through houses like this. As well, many brides dream of weddings in such a place. At Stan Hewitt, many marry.
We have weddings throughout the weekends, sometimes 3-4 weddings per Saturday.
From 1912 to 1915, F.A. Seiberling had planned to spend only $150,000 on his new home. But plans had a way of spiraling upward. Bills came in, F.A. Seiberling paid the bills and kept no record. To this day, no one knows exactly how much was spent on Seiberling's new house, but it's safe to say he spent more than $150,000.
Granddaughter Ann Davis and I walked the mansion grounds, once owned by her grandmother, who died in 1946, and grandfather, who died in 1955. Now in the hands of a non-profit group to which the family donated house, grounds, and a greenhouse, Stan Hewitt is a destination for those who want to walk in history and see a distant day.
And the wood, the paneling, I just love the paneling in that house. And we would sunbathe up there and talk about your gorgeous view. I mean, it's 360 degrees of gorgeous view.
And you can still go up there and sunbathe.
Oh, don't I wish.
Beginning in the 20s, the Seiberlings filmed themselves and their friends at play. Though most of the people are gone, the Seiberlings' Stan Hewitt still stands as the 6th largest historic house in the nation.
Do you feel your grandparents and your parents' spirit still in this house?
Oh, yes.
A nostalgic look in a part of My Ohio, celebrating a beautiful home from long ago. One especially remembered by a granddaughter who knew its residents so very, very well.
There are 65 rooms in Stan Hewitt, each one beautiful. Around the house are 70 acres. That's equal to the size of 70 football fields, by the way. A lot of beautiful landscape in which is nestled the wonderful Stan Hewitt Hall of Akron. For Live on Ohio, for Live on 5, I'm Leon Bibb in My Ohio.